Okay, how do you do on your daily routine work? I mean, how you start? Do you start your day?
Okay, I think every day in the morning, we cannot start off without a good coffee. I mean, that's the daily routine that we have. And mostly in the morning, we'll normally go into office and start to plan, work more onto the paperworks. More with the paperworks and start off with planning of the whole day planning. So it's beginning of the day, we normally go into the office and communicate with the team, set up most of the paperwork, and in the afternoon we normally meet more people and also go down to the outlet and really communicate with the staff, with the customers, and then understand the problem that they're facing. And it basically divides into two things. Morning we are more onto paperwork, and after in lunch we are more on ground to really understand troubleshooting all this thing.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And anyway, you have any strategy to focus on any upcoming issue, perhaps pop up ad hoc issues you need to address. So what kind of strategy you work on it?
So you mean like a strategy to overcome challenges, or?
Yeah. For example, maybe you have a mentor to look upon to ask.
So normally when we face F&B issues in the market, normally we will always look into two major things. One is the cost of the route.
Okay.
Secondly, who is the right person to solve this issue? Because a lot of times, especially in the food and service line, there is always no right or wrong, especially when it comes to customer services. So every time there's a challenges faced, we always look into what is the root that caused this major issue, and who is the right person that could really rectify, especially maybe when it comes to customer service, whether is it the supervisor or the manager, did they guide the team well, or when it comes to food, whether is the kitchen manager doing the right things. So that's the things that we always look to the right person to solve off the right thing. And another thing is, I always think that especially challenges, there's so many challenges in F&B. Right. We always look upon to the elderlies in F&B business. So like my mentor, myself, I will always ask them what is the problem that I face, what are the best solutions that could advise me. Then I'll go back and see whether this solution can really solve my issue or not. Okay. So normally I will ask more than 2 people, then to get a right advice.
Okay. So is there any strategy to keep you focused on your business in terms of operations and expansion, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. For me myself, I think the strategy wise I always use is every new project that I move on, I always plan for something instead of not building the business model, but build a bigger dream first. Because I always felt that in F&B, you can easily give up if you don't have a bigger dream to achieve. So we don't build something just because we want to build it. And we just want to have a whole total concept from building it to how it's going to expand and how it's going to exit. So this whole plan, normally we'll plan it first, and every time when you face challenges, you will look back into it and say, that the beginning, that part, I've made the dream so big, so I must focus on the dream instead of focus on the challenges. So okay. These are what I always do.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Can you share with us what is your business idea, your first business idea when you start off? Any strategy? Okay.
When I first started off, the first F&B dream that I built the brand for 10 years. When we first started, we only have one thinking that because we are all not chef, we cannot cook.
All right.
I only know how to cook noodle with egg. So I think first thing we want to be different. Because at the time there were so many local food players in the market. You have Old Town, you have Papa Rich in the market. Right. How can we differentiate ourselves from them? Right. So we first look into, can we make a difference? So we have a very crazy dream that when we started off this whole thing, we don't even have a restaurant, but we start to recruit all these recipe owners, and we don't even have a restaurant, but we start to sell franchise.
Wow.
So it comes in a very crazy dream, but because we have a big dream that we want to build this brand to become an international brand, that we can really bring this brand to internationally to represent Malaysian street food. So throughout this whole thing, we faced a lot of challenges because most of the recipe owners they have been in the business more than 20 to 30 years, and you want to recruit them under someone who don't really know how to cook. It's a tough challenge.
Right.
So when we first started this whole thing, we assembled a team from different background, especially in F&B, to help us to form up the whole system. So before we start out the first shop, we already form up the franchise system, the menu, everything.
Yeah.
So this is how when I first started this whole F&B, how I go into F&B.
Right. Okay. So let's share with me, with us, how will you describe the F&B industry in Malaysia currently?
I would say now F&B in Malaysia right now is in a stage where it's evolving. And you can see a lot of new F&B concept coming out in the market, which is not something usual, you see. Because I would say now Malaysia, we are evolving, we are very internationally right now. And we are trying to evolve. We don't go, young consumers, they don't go back to the brands that their parents used to go. And they start to look for more flavoring, more profile, more taste, adventurous. Especially, last time is like this, we normally go to some place to eat because someone recommend you to go. Sure. Yep. But today, you go to that place because of some social media tell you to go, or you will pass through, this new place, I would like give it a try. Yeah. So we are more, the Malaysian market now are more and more curious towards food. And with our origin, we are built from the fundamental of food. We can eat food six times a day. And I think it's a very strong profile in Malaysia right now. And one thing about Malaysian F&B is good because why? Our brands, we are in an international platform. A lot of Malaysia brand, which are maybe some brands that built from Malaysia, are able to go to overseas because of our branding aspect and also because of our languages. We are able to break out a further barrier compared to other market like Taiwan or China. They might only focus on one languages or one culture. But in Malaysia F&B, it's a bit tough. It's because why we need to make sure that everyone can be our customer because we have 3 different races.
All rounded.
Yeah, all rounded. So if we're able to overcome this challenge, we might build a much more stronger and better brand compared to other countries.
Okay. Yeah. So throughout this journey, what is the biggest lesson you have learned so far?
I would say when I first started F&B, until today I still remember the biggest challenges that I face is always put the right people in the right place.
Okay.
Choose selecting the right people in the right task. Okay. When we first came into F&B, we really have zero knowledge in terms of food production management, food business management. We are totally fresh. Right. So when we recruit people, other people, because they know more than us, they know more than us. When they say that, we start to believe them. So at the end, we might, because of our lack of knowledge, we start to put them at the wrong place. It comes up to the wrong result. So I think this is one of the biggest challenges that throughout my whole F&B career, I think putting the right people at the right place is very important.
The right person.
Yeah, right person. Correct.
Okay. So during this journey, what's the pitfall you have encountered?
I think first thing I would like to share off is always find the right value partner. Because today everyone wanted to start up an F&B business. So they start out with an idea, then they share with a friend. The friend said, okay, come, I help you. But sometimes when you don't find the right partner, it might cause the downfall of the whole business. Okay. Because you don't, at first you come together because of friend, you trust
Interest.
each other, interest. But that might not, when you go down the road, more and more challenges come. If you don't find the right partner, it will not help you to increase your value and your knowledge. It will not only help you to bring down the whole business, it might give you more challenges because different people, different voice, and your vision and his vision might not be different. And especially people are not in the same industry. If you want to start an F&B business, you must find some partner who are in the F&B business.
To understand.
Yeah, understand the whole business.
So this is how you overcome the challenges?
Yeah, this is
find the right partner, right value
partners,
and also the employees,
which could complement my weaknesses. And because everyone have different strength,
correct.
So I think bringing people with the right value and the same vision is important.
Right.
Second thing I think is the pitfall is starting an F&B business right now is you need to build a sustainable business model. Instead, not just an idea only.
Right.
A lot of people wanted to build an F&B business just with an idea. Today I have this good idea.
Just concept.
Concept. I want to do this. You never think about what is the revenue stream, how are you going to expand it, what is the product line you're looking at, how is your ROI coming back, how fast you can go, who is your competitor. When we started, we also faced the same issue. But through I will share with my friends, because I fought before. And through this fault, I learned about these important messages, especially in F&B business. These are the things that we need to overcome, especially building a solid business model with a sustainable revenue stream, not only from one aspect revenue stream, but from multiple upstream and downstream of your whole business model. Yeah.
True. So I've been in the F&B industry for N years, so it's a very big challenge in terms of this business because F&B is really tough. In our layman term, in our own F&B industry, we always call it F&B is attack the front, cover your back. This is the term you use. The front is very important because of customer service. The back because of the cost. So it's attack the front. This is the marketing and cover the back. This is how you prevent any leakages. This is how we talk about F&B like this. It's a nutshell. So we have to share on to the mass.
Even a lot of people nowadays share. If you want to bring harm to a friend, you introduce him to do F&B.
Wow, there's a bigger challenge. But somehow we are here to help them to overcome by sharing knowledge, by sharing experience. We are with this committee to help whoever want to venture into this business. Well, let's continue our discussion. Okay. Okay. From this, I think you have been for the past 5 years, more than 5 years, perhaps. How do you foresee the industry in 10 years in Malaysia?
I think now Malaysia is in a T-junction, especially in F&B. We are moving in because we absorb a lot of new innovation technology from all around the world. We wanted to be like somebody in other place, I would say. So we started bringing a lot of culture into our business. So one thing I see, especially these few years in Malaysia right now, if you want to go in F&B, you don't go into, if you're not, skillful enough, or you are not rich, I would say cash rich enough, choose to go into some business model which are much more smaller, which you are able to control, and focus a lot into building not only the product, but the whole concept from branding to the product itself. Limit the product, go small, go lean, especially don't put too much on renovation, but put in more values, build value instead of building beautiful places. Because nowadays spending power is getting much more challenging in Malaysia market with a lot of brand coming up. So I believe in the next 10 years, product will be much more focused. You will go to one place just because you want to eat rice, or you go to a certain place because you just want to eat noodle. So the market will be divided into very specific focus product. If you do well in, let's say you are doing very well in drink, or you're doing very well in noodle, focus on doing that and make it much more compact, is lean and easy to scale. Like this, you have a better opportunity, especially in the F&B market right now. And second thing, I think for the next 10 years in F&B, you need to always equip yourself with technology. Last time, food is all about taste profile. It's all about the method of cooking, and it's all about who recommend you to go to eat this particular place. But I think in future, the next 5 years, the biggest challenges competitor is technology. You cannot avoid technology, but you need to blend in with technology. You need to use technology to help you to target the right customers. You need to help technology to improve your customer services, and also help technology to reduce your costs. I think the technology plays a very important role in the next 10 years of Malaysian F&B market.
So technology will most probably will help you to reduce costs as well.
Yep. Example, if we look into technology, if we look into especially customer dining experience, we always look upon to products like China, brands in China. They really drill in a lot, especially in customer dining experience, the communication between customers, where you can play games, really redeem products. Your loyalty program is no more about paperless. Everything is paperless. Everything is IT oriented.
Interactive.
Yeah, interactive. And most important thing, this data will help you to create your next product, and also help you to reduce your costs. What products you should prepare more, what product you should prepare less. And marketing also depend on your data to focus on one product to shine.
Okay.
So I think that is why technology is very important. And secondly, with human capital getting higher and higher, nowadays it's very hard to hire people.
Exactly.
So we always look upon Singapore, Japan. In F&B, what they do is normally they now work towards more into automation.
True.
The next trend will be automation in F&B. It might be one person, you can control auto noodle cooking things, or you can do auto wok, frying products. Everything will be very automated and systemized.
Right.
So that's also one of the secret ingredients why a lot of American fast food can grow fast, because of automation. I think this, if we look in big automation, we might not be strong in that, but you can look into small automation to help you to reduce your overhead expenses, but increase the curiosity and consistency in your product, which that was always bring your customer coming back.
So likewise, we have seen many automations thing, like for example in the McDonald's, you can order while the touchscreen, you pay. So that would cut short some queuing up.
Yep.
So this is part of process. You're talking about automations.
Yes.
That's the frontliner. So in the cooking, behind the scene where we do the cooking, so you're looking at the more automated equipment. You can cook. Wow, some crazy people have already invented robotic cook hand to cook, and that's kind of stuff.
Especially, one thing we want to share is, let's say, for example, in cooking rice, in terms of traditionally, in one of our brand called 10 Years, we cook rice traditionally. The recipe owner, they need 7 hours, 3 hours to soak the rice, another 7 hours to steam the rice, to make the rice texture very fragrant and also very cute the product. But today, we are doing in a restaurant, we need to prepare 5 types of rice. It's very hard for us to go through this process. So today, everything we are moving towards combi oven already. Within 45 minutes, we can do the product same quality, same taste as what people use for 7 hours.
Yes.
So these are the automation that has been implemented slowly into our industry itself. But some people don't want to try with it because the entry level is a bit higher.
True.
But down the road, we always think about one thing: building consistency product is very important.
Exactly. Because when you want to expand your business, so every outlet have to be consistently the taste of the same, the service of the same.
Correct.
Everything have to be at least 99%.
Correct.
Exactly. So that's innovated. Those automation equipment probably will help you to maintain that kind of quality.
And
also,
another thing that we have seen this trend very clearly. I think in the next 10 years, the market will be very clearly divided into two major segments. One is into the we so-called as the convenient dining concept segment, which is more onto takeaway. I come, it's very fast that I just need a bit of time to wait and I can collect. It's like a bit much more like fast food already. So it's people play a lot with not only the food but with the packaging, the convenience city. So these are the market. After the next 10 years, people will look into it.
all right.
Because people are getting more and more busy.
Correct.
I believe next time our daughter might not cook as well as our mom already.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
they are looking into convenience city, how to prepare the good dish with a simple way.
Right.
So this will be a very big market in the next 10 years in Malaysian market. Another one is we call as the customer dining experience concept. It's just these are the things that could not be replaced by fast food.
True.
Could not be replaced by delivery. It's like, for example, today I want to eat a plate of Hokkien mee. I wanted to go to the place and see they fried with the charcoal, with the fire, bring it out, and the taste, the aroma. This is a customer dining experience. Listening to the sound. This is a different kind. Different kind of experience that customers are looking forward. So to that time of customers do not mind about the money already.
Right.
I'm buying an experience. I don't buy value product. I buy experience. So I think in the next 10 years, our market will be divided very clearly in these two aspects.
Okay. We have online friends to say hi. Chichi, Janet,
Hi.
and Anne. You feel free to ask questions while we are in the progress of interviewing Victor. Please feel free to ask questions, right? So you have shared with us on the challenges and also the pitfalls. Can you share with us, given a chance to roll back, what kind of to redo again? What do you think you need another decision to overcome?
That's one thing throughout my whole journey process, being F&B, something that if I could really make a changes, I would make it these changes. I think F&B is always about location, and location. When we first started, in my journey, when I first started the first brand, we went to the location that did not target the customer that I really wanted to target it. Because at the time we have no experience in looking for right places or right resources. So we see where a lot of people, then we go. But in F&B, is your success rate comes from where you are. Location is play a very important role. So if I can go back and change, I think first thing is about location.
Okay. Beside that, I know location is always picking apart because location, no parking, you drive people away. Location, low traffic, also have no visibility. Beside that, is any other than location? What do you think of?
Okay, another thing is, from my experience, is when you have a concept, you need to really drill into the feasible studies from always remember who is your targeted audience. Because your targeted audience are the one who pay for your visit.
Exactly.
So a lot of times we only have a concept, then we think we have an imaginary customer. But we never really drill into real data or a market survey enough to make sure that the places that we go, are they suitable for us?
True.
Is that our right customer group?
Yes.
Yeah, so these are some of the mistakes that we made when we first started our brand in F&B. So I think feasible study is very important. And also, not only like study for 1 week or 2 weeks. You want to success in that type of place, really spend a month in there.
Do head counts. And nowadays, I don't think much people do this already. Very seldom.
Do head counts. And also interviewing the people nearby. Or you can start up a pop-up store first nearby to see how does the customer feedback towards your product. If you want plan to go long run, I think this is something that you should really look into it and understand who is your competitor.
That's right.
Who is your competitor and who is your real competitor? It's not your imaginary competitor, your real competitor.
The physical competitor near your place.
And who do you really want to overcome? You have a target set in this. When I come to this typical location, I want to overcome him.
Exactly.
I want to be better than him. So you have a shadow competitor. Then down the road, when you drew into your business, you have someone to look upon it, and you have someone to direction and target. You don't move forward. So I think these are things that when we first started in the F&B industry, we might be too pure. Too pure, I say. So we just think of if we can do a good product, we can brand it good, we can shout it loud, people will come. But at the end, product is still always product. Right. It comes well with the right pricing, the right portion, and whether can you eat it every day? Are you going to do it a product that people eat every day? Or if you're going to do a product that people eat occasionally, how could you survive down the road? So these are the things that we really need to look through into it, especially before you start up the whole business segment. Being in the F&B is easy, but to sustain the F&B business is the tough part, where you really need to put into heart. A lot of people say when I start an F&B business, I just need to hire someone, go down there and help me to manage it. Then I just won't be out of the picture. Sorry, this is not F&B business. F&B business is all about you, your customer, and your food. You need to really understand your customer, go down and really let the customer know who you are, what are you standing for. Then these are the things that slowly when people accept it, they become your loyalty customer. These are the fundamental that keep your business growing. They keep coming back, supporting you. Sometimes it's not only the product, because they like you. They like your brand. They like your environment that you built for them. That brings them to keep coming back, bringing new people back.
Experience is important for consumer nowadays, because there are so many in the town that they would like to try every
especially Malaysia, Chinese. We have a lot of things to try.
Yeah.
We have every week. Last week we just shared with our friend. Every week, at least you have more than 20 new brands coming up from different aspect of cuisine, and you have another 40 brands closing down.
Queuing out.
Closing down. So I think this is how F&B industry is. It's not about what is your product. It's about how long you can stand. And what you really wanted to do it. I mean, you create a product. What do you want this product to stand out as? Because the product must know how to speak
by itself.
By itself. So we are always share with my colleagues, with my team, that last time in F&B, during our parents' era, it's all about two things. First, when you go there, because you eat it from you are young, it's become part of your memory, and you can eat it every day. Secondly, you don't care about the environment, whether it's clean or not clean. The taste of the food must be perfect. But today, when you want to build an F&B business, we always look into 5 major elements. First, does it really impress your product? I mean, does it impress your eyes first? When you see the product, wow, do you feel happiness in it? Do you feel attractive in it? Then secondly, when you come to that, the whole shop, the whole interior environment, do they really make you feel like you want to come, you want to be home?
Yep.
Thirdly, is about when you see they do the marketing, or the thing that they talk to you, are they interacting with you or not? Do they make you feel like welcoming? The fourth thing is about when the food sent out, what is the services that the product provide to you? Whether fast food is about fast, but if you go to a restaurant, it's about how they serve you, whether they are alert towards you. Last, only come out the food product, then you test the taste. It has been from 50% of the major thing until today, it only costs like 20% of the whole success. So if you understand the whole process, then you start to build your career roadmap in this whole aspect. Then you might build a very successful brand.
Hi, we have online Thomas. Hi, Thomas. feel free to ask questions from Victor or from myself.
Hi, Thomas.
We can,
Hi, Thomas.
answer you while you're still online, right? Yeah, that is what we have gone through for the past half an hour, perhaps. Perhaps you could advise the newbies who want to venture into this business to summarize what's the most important thing beside market survey and also the locations and what other tips you want to share with the newbies who have full of enthusiasm to venture into F&B businesses to avoid the pitfalls, so to speak.
I would say before you go into F&B, really find someone who are in the F&B business and really talk to them about your dream, what you wanted to do, and get some piece of advice from people who are in the business. And I think that it's very important, especially people who are in your same industry. You might try to be friend with your competitor,
Right.
understand the industry first before you go into the industry. This is very, very crucial and important. Secondly, when you look into the product, we always new people, we always build two things on it. First, your food production management, the product they're going to build. Is it able to what is the uniqueness in it? You build you don't need to have 100 of uniqueness product. You only need to have one unique product. You can win the race. Focus on the product that you want to make it unique, and focus to shout out that particular product to get people to know you first. Then slowly from your unique product, you start to expand to different product. No need to go in with multiple products, and people will not. If you multiple products you cannot handle, you have a very big menu, you might add up, piss off a lot of unhappy customers. Last but not least, always look into numbers. Numbers, especially your accounting numbers. Your always learn how to look into your payrolls, your whole business, whether how much you're making profit, and how you're going to build the profit. I think that's very important, especially for new people who want to be in the business. F&B, you can have cash flow very fast, but you can lose cash flow very fast also. So numbers are very important things that you need to really drill into it, and always have a 12 months, 6 month and 3 month plan of how you want to build your business. So down the road you can at least have a vision or some place that you look forward to and to move forward to.
Wow. Some sort of very comprehensive from A to Z, like what I shared just now. You attack the front, the marketing, market survey, and also the products, attractiveness, the eye-catching product, up to the accounting piece. This is cover your back.
True.
So please share with us, do you encounter any beverage during beverage like leakages in your during these 5-6 years? How you overcome it?
I share with you one thing. I think when I'm in the F&B business for the first year, I might face a lot of people that a lot of people might not face. When I first opened the first shop, within the first 1 month, I have a break-in scenario which lost around 40 over 1,000 overnight. That time sales was pretty good. Every day we are doing like 18,000 per day.
Wow.
So throughout the long weekend, raining day, and then I got break-in, all the money got lost, and also the computers are all, the iPads all are stolen. And this give me a very good challenge. Instead of that, always don't put too many money in the outlet. So if you could go cashless today, I would really recommend everyone to go cashless today. It really bring down your risk, especially high volume outlets. It's very important with that. If you go with credit card, also better than using that. Second thing is always, when you trust people, don't trust people too easily, especially staff. You must build the trust, but you also need to make sure that you are the one who taking care of the whole control of the whole outlet. Because if you put in too many trust in like bringing someone to help you to manage, at the end when you lose the business, you might not know that you lose the business itself. So these are the two important things I think throughout my challenges. I even went through open a shop with 40 staff, but the next day only left 15 staff.
Wow.
And I went through with the whole shop when it started, and there's got fire in the kitchen.
Huh.
Almost burned off the half of the kitchen. So these are the things that maybe when in F&B, if you are not a detail person, you better not go into F&B. F&B is about detailing.
True.
A lot of things, small things we think is not important, but that might cause food poison.
True.
That might cause fire.
Yeah.
That might cause healthy issue. So through this F&B journey, I also learned a lot about building myself. Building myself to become a much more detailed person. I'm not a very detailed person, to be honest. But after being in F&B business, I started to look into much more detailing. So these are something that I really learned from the business itself.
That's great. Wow, that's very, very interesting story behind up and down. So you're talking about cashless. You prefer cashless in F&B. Is this a trend now? Likewise, we look at a lot of retail now. They are using cashless like Alipay or WeChat Pay. That is a trend in the current industry in Malaysia?
Okay, I think Malaysia is still in a very beginning stage.
Infant stage.
We still feel that we still like the money feel.
Okay.
But as consumer, we of course we wanted to use money to pay. It's much more easy for us to control our spending.
Yes.
But as an F&B retailer, we are trying to push things to cashless.
Right.
Because when it's cashless, you can already start to reduce a bit of your manpower.
True.
To focus really onto customer dining experience instead of getting bills, make payment, ordering. So you really can use more time to talk to your customer and to share with your customer what is the best dishes you have, how's their food. Really start communicating with your customers. I think that's one thing I see if cashless implement in our market. That's one thing that we can really look into it. Secondly, with cashless, it's much more safety, especially for outlets like this beverage outlet we always have a lot of ladies. So sometimes you want them to bang in the money at night. It's quite unsafe for our staff also.
True.
And cashless will really change the total spending behavior. Customer might spend more.
True.
Because you don't know how much you're spending.
Physical
already.
Right.
So it's good for us. Customer might spend all. And I think I totally agree with going cashless. And we can really play a lot with cashless spending to educate the customer to go towards cashless.
So from your point of view, what kind of way we can encourage, or you have association to encourage in F&B industry to encourage consumer to look into this direction, pay cashless, and how can we educate the consumer in the mass so that cashless is a new trend. So probably we have to really follow the trend so that people have less cash in hand, but all via transaction to the bank. How can you or your team or also association of F&B industry can push towards this one? Any plans on that?
For us, in Galeeveurs, we are an F&B ecosystem hub. We built this company based on one aspect. We wanted to help the local food operators to evolve into digital. That is our major aim of forming this whole
It's a platform.
company. Yeah, it's a platform to help, especially local food operators, to help them to expand their business. Because we see a lot of good brands, they don't have second generation taking over. And they don't have a system to help them to take over. And they don't have an ecosystem to support them. So in our whole ecosystem segment, we have from branding house, to help you to rebrand your whole story, to make your story to be much more appealing to the market, and help you to build your business model for the right market segment. Then we have our food production house. So our food production factory now have a halal certificate and also HACCP. So we are able to help, especially local food operators, to systemize their product to be much more customization, and they can also go towards export. So we are helping them do that. And last but not least, we are also building and working together with China F&B post system to build an IT, new generation of IT in F&B business, especially from ordering experience, cashless, and also I would say data analysis. It's very important in F&B.
Or automation?
Automation also part of it, but that would be the next one. I think a lot of people, why don't go towards cashless is because of the trust. People still could not find a right party to trust. Because today I use credit card, I really trust the bank.
Correct.
I know I use this bank, the bank can help me pay, I can pay back to the bank. There's a trusted party. Right now in cashless system, there's still no individual body or in an individual platform which really stand up as a trusted brand. I think this is a time where a lot of, you see, cashless coming out from Fave Pay to Boost Pay to Alipay to WeChat Pay to iPay. I think the next revolution will be totally changed, especially when in 1st of June when WeChat Pay really open up the platform. Last time when we don't go towards Fave or Boost or Alipay, because it always require you to have another party, third party. Either you download the Tapika app or you have a terminal to help you to do the transaction, which you might still have the mistrust segment. But today, you see most of people in the phone, they already have a WeChat inside.
Yes, exactly.
So it's become part of your life already.
Right.
So today, if it's part of something in your life, but something you trust a lot already, then you start to build another WeChat Pay, you will start to trust it and use it because it's a bit part of you already.
Right.
And slowly, this one will change. I think it will really change the whole landscape of F&B, where people will start to move, especially younger generation, we start to move towards cashless. Because when we go to China, we every day you don't need to bring any money. You just need to bring your phone. Exactly. Make sure another thing, you must bring your power bank. Then everywhere you go, it's all about transaction. So I think it's because we don't have a trusted brand. We don't have the right platform. When there's a trusted brand, a right platform, when we start to educate people, that is the right time. But right now, people are still look, see whether is it the right time to move. If I move, don't have how. So people are still in this type of scenario. But I think after June, when WeChat Pay open, it will be a very good site for F&B players.
Okay. Yeah, we have Vicky online. Hi, Vicky, and
hi, Vicky.
Karen. Any questions? We are soon going to wrap up. Very short. Please post your question here so that we can answer online and instantly. No cash involved.
True.
Yeah, looks like it's a trend coming up. WeChat and WeChat Pay, Alipay, and of course they have iPay 88 is already in place for many years. So we are looking forward that cashless payment for perhaps in retail and F&B. So looks like it's a trend. So we're not going to leave out from a China view of this industry. So this is how we're going to wrap up now from here, because really enjoy your sharing.
Thank you.
Very in-depth, very touching on all your sharings. We look forward in future, if perhaps have another sessions to share more on your future expansions. Likewise, now we have concluded our sharing here. Thanks for watching. We really enjoy your participation in here.
Thank you very much for giving us a chance to share also.
We're going to conclude this Posgi Kong Yam Kong Sek. We talked about food and beverage, and hope you enjoy online perhaps. And we're going to have future. You have almost every Monday we have invite entrepreneur to share on all the industry, particularly in F&B, Gong Yam Gong Sik. Please stay tuned and we will keep you posted. Thank you.
Thank you.